Across the globe, there is a crisis of malnutrition affecting women and children, holding them back from reaching their God-given potential in life. Malnutrition, especially in the first 1,000 days between pregnancy and the child's second birthday, makes women and children vulnerable to illness and kills more than 2.5 million children every year around the world. Children who survive bouts of malnutrition in the first 1,000 days are more vulnerable to being stunted, meaning their physical and cognitive development is inhibited. The high prevalence of stunting in communities and societies can lead to reduced productivity, reinforcing a vicious cycle of poverty. Stunting impedes the thriving God intends for individuals, families, and communities. As people of faith, we care about nutrition for women and children because our compassionate God does. We love because God first loved us. We know that the right nutrition during the first 1,000 days makes it possible for children to complete more years of school, earn more money later in life, and live healthier and more fulfilling lives.
Bread for the World, we are trying to end hunger, both in our country and around the world. Ending hunger is not just about getting people more calories, more food, but it's the right kind of food. We want to ensure that people have proper nutrition, and that is a key component to ending hunger. So that was really what we went to Nepal to see, to learn. What we saw was people whose lives had been improved.
In Nepal, USAID is funding the Suhara project, and Suhara means good nutrition in Nepali. The Suhara project works with women and with households in the rural areas of Nepal to empower them with the knowledge and the tools that they need to improve their own nutrition and that of their children.
There were several experiences that really impacted me on our trip, one of which was meeting with a local poultry breeder by the name of Lila. The Suhara project had made the initial investment into her poultry breeding business. However, since that time, she's been able to double the amount of chickens that she has on her farm. But what stood out to me was the fact that she was selling eggs to members of her local community, and not just 1,000 Days mothers, but was selling eggs at a fraction of the cost to really be able to benefit the whole community at large. When we left, there were a large group of kids that ran toward us. And it just really stuck out to me because I'm thinking, here she's doing something to benefit not only her children, but also other local children within her community.
The women, especially in Nepal and in other communities, what they really want is the best for their children. We heard that over and over again when we asked what households and men and women's goals were.
I went up to meet with Krishna and Chandra Pun, who are village model farmers. They've been trained by USAID. Their role is to be community leaders, to invite other farmers from their community to kind of learn from them, because they've learned from USAID about better farming practices, growing nutritious foods, irrigation. It was really encouraging and affirming for me that what we've been doing is having a difference.
We've made a lot of progress in the last few years, especially in reducing stunting around the world.
What we're doing at Bread for the World is working, and I want to encourage others to keep that up. I want us to keep that going.
We have a responsibility to take care of each other as Christians. That's what we believe. It's at the heart of who we are.
As long as children are malnourished, their futures are compromised. Bread for the World is working to end hunger and malnutrition in the United States and abroad by equipping people to speak up to their elected officials. You can make a difference in the lives of women and children by joining our movement. Your voice can have a real and lasting impact in our mission to end hunger and malnutrition. Visit www.bread.org to learn more.